Hey, I'm Tyler.
And I'm Katie.
You're listening to Not-Stalgia, the podcast that's really an allegory for civil rights?
That's a lot of responsibility. I don't know if I can handle that.
Kate, have you ever seen the 2000 film X-Men?
I feel like it probably was on like TNT at some point. Like in the background of my life.
What do you know about it?
I know about mutants. I know about mutants. I know that something wacky happened, and now you got people with powers, but I don't know what the wacky thing is. Like, does it just happen?
It's like a mutation of their genes.
Okay, it wasn't like a
No.
nuclear thing.
No. Just
Okay,
some people
just checking.
have the X gene.
I know that Patrick Stewart is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Ian McKellen is in it.
Mm-hmm.
I know that Wolverine is in it. Hugh Jackman is Wolverine.
Yes.
And I know that they run a school for kids who have mutant powers. Can you just imagine trying to educate a bunch of kids who have powers, though? Like, it would just be a lot.
I can't remember if you did this bit already when we watched the X-Men cartoon, but it's still funny.
Just like, wow, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're trying to deal with regular preteens, and then all of a sudden, like, one of them can disappear, and you're just like, what are you doing? Get in your seat. And that is about all I know. I know that I'm sure there's some kind of existential threat that they have to deal with.
Do you know any of the other actors in it off the top of your head? I'm just curious. It's pretty big on its ensemble cast. You got 3 of the big names.
Kelsey Grammer is there as the blue cat.
He's not in this one, but he will be in this series of movies.
Yep.
They couldn't afford to make someone blue in this one. They saved some money. That's true. He was in the concept art, and then they said, listen, there's only so much money to go around.
Yeah.
We can't do a
Yeah.
beast character, but he will be there. You're right.
Who else is someone that I know?
Doesn't appear to be the case.
Yeah, I don't know anyone.
That's
but
okay.
I
was
know
just
that
curious.
Patrick Stewart is in a wheelchair.
True.
And Ian McKellen is a magnet.
Yeah,
That's all I know.
You're not wrong.
These are things that I know. I understand these things.
So-
I know that Wolverine is supposed to be very small, so I think I should be Wolverine for Halloween.
You've been saying this for a few days, and I fully support
I'm
it. I think it would be
small,
hilarious if
I'm
you were
hairy.
Wolverine for Halloween.
I
You
think
do
I could
your
really
hair.
pull it off.
You're short like the real Wolverine. It'd be great. So, Kate, I'm not going to do the full detailed version because we did this already on our X-Men animated series episode, but with the main things you need to know...
go look back at that.
Yeah, the main thing
Chumps.
is the comic book, The X-Men, was created in 1963 by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby for Marvel Comics. But that original team was just Angel, Beast, Cyclops, Iceman, and Jean Grey. So most of the X-Men that you think of when you think of X-Men originate in a 1975 comic called Giant Size X-Men #1. That's where you get people like Wolverine, Storm, Nightcrawler, Colossus, and the credit for that goes to Len Wein, or Wine, W-E-I-N, and Dave Cockrum, and some story helped by a guy named Chris Claremont, who is just an assistant on that issue, but then he goes on to take over X-Men for like 16 years after, and really is responsible for like most of what we think of as a general population as X-Men. Throughout the 80s, Marvel tried to get a movie of X-Men made with no success. At one point, though, it might have had Bob Hoskins as Wolverine.
What?
Because he's short and hairy, I guess, right?
Okay.
You know, I kind of could see it, a youngish I don't know. It's kind of a stretch. In the 90s, James Cameron was interested for a while, but then he got distracted by the idea of the fact that he might be able to make a Spider-Man movie, a different Marvel Comics character, so he never made his X-Men movie, and he never made his Spider-Man movie either. And finally, 20th Century Fox bought the movie rights to X-Men after their X-Men cartoon, which started in 1992, was a big success on Fox Kids, their children's block of TV on Fox. And around this time, so that's like 1992, the X-Men cartoon is on. Tim Burton's Batman had come out in 1989, so movie studios were looking for superhero comic book movies to make, because Batman was really popular. So this X-Men movie was like in the pipeline for a while, all throughout the 90s, but they didn't get it made in time. So then Batman and Robin came out at the end of the 90s. You know, the one with, we watched it, Mr.
the
Freeze.
cartoon. Yeah.
Yeah, the crazy one. Yeah, the one that's, where the director kept yelling, remember, you're making a cartoon to his cast. And so Fox by then was like, wait a minute, maybe we shouldn't make an X-Men movie. It kind of slowed down the process a little bit. But eventually, they did get it off the ground. The director they hired is Bryan Singer. And do you know anything about Bryan Singer?
Nope.
He is not a good man.
Excellent.
Yeah, he's not a good guy.
What bad things did he do?
He's committed some sex crimes, but I don't think he's ever faced a consequence for it. So maybe that technically is alleged for any lawyers listening, for Bryan Singer's lawyers.
Bryan Singer, I'm coming for you.
But like he's been dropped by like nobody really works with him. Like they won't even
Yeah, because
let
he
him make a
committed
movie
sex
anymore.
crimes. Don't commit sex crimes. Hey, you want to know a cheat code for like having a really great career? Don't commit a sex crime.
With underage victims, I believe. Is
Oh
the
my
issue.
God, I'm
that
coming
he
for you.
preys on by working in Hollywood, you know what I mean?
You see this fist?
So he's the director of this movie. His assistant, David Hayter, Hayter, though, he wrote a script for this movie, but it's like they rewrote versions of these older scripts that got kicked around. David Hayter, or Hayter, I don't know how to say it. He's the voice of Solid Snake in Metal Gear Solid, which is wild. It's just so interesting.
I don't care about that.
The problem is he's Bryan Singer's assistant, and he must have known something that was going on. Anyway, David Hayter...
What did you know, David?
David Hayter is Canadian, and he had to fight Fox to keep Wolverine as being Canadian in the movie, because in the comics, Wolverine is Canadian, and Fox wanted to make him American, and that was like a big stand he took when he was writing this, as a guy with no cred whatsoever.
Wow, so brave. You know what would have been really brave? Turning in your boss.
Yeah, maybe. So David Hayter's a huge comic book fan, so he was really happy to be writing this. So the movie's a big ensemble movie. You already said it, but Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen are there. They're two classically trained British actors, so I feel like they lend a lot of like credibility and gravitas to this ridiculous premise. Halle Berry is Storm. You didn't mention her, so she gets to play Storm. James Marsden is Cyclops. James Marsden. You liked him in that Jury Duty show.
I did like him in that.
But he's also not a good guy. Remember when we watched that Nickelodeon documentary? He's one of the guys who came to testify in defense of that guy that was on the stand.
I don't like you anymore, James.
So, because he was also a child actor.
I only like Ronald Gladden.
I never know how to say this actress's name. Famke Janssen?
I think it's probably Janssen. I don't know. Famke?
She's Jean Grey.
Okay, that's nice for her.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos is Mystique. And most importantly, perhaps, introducing Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Hugh Jackman was 32 years old. He was an Australian musical stage performer at this point. That was the year 2000 when this came out. He's 32.
What a baby.
This is his first major breakthrough outside of Australia in movies. Prior to that, like his break out of Australia was starring in the West End production of Oklahoma in the late 90s, which was also filmed and aired on TV. But other than that, he had like no credits really, in film and TV. Fox wanted Russell Crowe, but when they asked him, he turned it down and suggested Hugh Jackman. They're both Australian. I guess he knew him somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, he was like...
He knew of him at least.
He was like, hire my wombat, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway...
He should have been the wombat, not the Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman just wanted to be a song and dance man, so he like wasn't sure if he should accept this, but he eventually got talked into it. He decided to do it.
And then he only played Wolverine forever and ever after.
Kind of. He studied Clint Eastwood to develop his brooding macho performance, because like that's not Hugh Jackman, you know what I mean? He's this really like bombastic, flamboyant stage performer.
Yeah, he seems happy.
So, and when I heard that Clint Eastwood, it's like I think I can kind of see it in what he's doing with Wolverine.
We'll see today.
He learned martial arts to do this. He wore his prop claws at all times at home to practice, to get used to it. And he says he like scratched himself and poked his eyes a lot by accident, which I think is very entertaining. Comic book fans were not happy with this casting because he's way too tall to be Wolverine. But
what are they going to do?
They were going to try to find a short
king?
king, but they couldn't find one.
Oh, good God.
But obviously it's interesting. Like people love him as Wolverine now, and it's like hard to imagine anyone else doing it. And I just saw this on Reddit the other day. Somebody mentioned Wolverine from his invention in comics until the X-Men movie came out. That was 24 years, right? Mm-hmm. He was made 24 years before the movie. It has now been 24 years since the movie, so Hugh Jackman has played Wolverine for half of the 48 years that Wolverine has even existed as a character. So that's kind of wild. That's kind of unusual. Like characters like Spider-Man have been recast a lot, but not Wolverine. At least not yet. Anyway, this movie premiered on July 12th, 2000. Fox took a calculated risk, hoping that enough time had passed, the 3 years since Batman and Robin, that audiences would not be like, oh my God, a comic book movie. However, they made sure that the X-Men could not wear their fun, colorful costumes that they wore in the cartoon and the comics. They basically put them all in black leather and made it really toned down. That was kind of their thing. It's kind of like The Matrix, which also had come out just the year prior. Only now in 2024 are they finally putting Hugh Jackman in a yellow and blue Wolverine suit. So they really shied away from this then and for years. But Batman and Robin did like crazy costumes, and they just were like, we're not doing that.
Because they wanted to make a serious comic book movie.
Yeah, kind of. We'll see how serious. But yeah, they were trying to make it a little more. They didn't want to go full cartoony, you know. The movie plays with the same huge themes as the comic. I said this was a silly idea, but it's really not. I feel like X-Men tries to do some serious stuff. Like the whole thing about discrimination, I feel like you can transpose it onto any type of discrimination, noting that it was created in 1963 during the Civil Rights Movement.
All
but
right,
I feel like it's in 2000, it feels more like a thing about homophobia. You know?
Yeah.
But it could be any discrimination, which is kind of cool. The movie's a success. It's 100% responsible, I feel like, for bringing comic book and superhero movies back from the brink of destruction Destruction. Spider-Man comes out a little less than a year later, so this and Spider-Man are really a 1-2 punch that put us in this problem we're in now, where like every movie is a comic book movie, because they really were successful. It has a bunch of sequels. X2, this is the first sequel, in 2003. X-Men The Last Stand in 2006. X-Men First Class in 2011. That's a prequel with the 1960s team taking place in the 60s. Days of Future Past 2014. Apocalypse 2016. Dark Phoenix 2019. Dark Phoenix. Wolverine gets his own movies. X-Men Origins Wolverine in 2009. I think they were going to do more of those type of movies about characters, but that movie is really bad, so they never made more. The Wolverine in 2013. Logan in 2017. Deadpool is an X-Men spinoff in 2016. Deadpool 2 in 2018. Deadpool and Wolverine coming out this year in 2024. Something called The New Mutants in 2020. So it has had it's turned into a massive franchise that has some level of continuity back to this movie. Okay? Anyway, I've seen this movie once or twice. I never went to theaters to see it. For whatever reason, I didn't ask anybody to, like, any aunts to take me to go see this in 2000. I don't know why. I like the cartoon, but I've always liked X-Men. I've never been a huge diehard fan, but I did see it back then. I'm really curious to see it now. I probably haven't seen it since around the year 2000, maybe 2001. And I'm really hyped for Deadpool and Wolverine, so I kind of wanted to watch this with you.
I have a question for you. What mutant power do you think you would have?
Any, home improvement or repair I do, I'm immune to them working. So, if I try to...
No. I'm real mutant power. First, you got to go real, and then I have a follow-up
If I try to nail a nail into the wall, like half of the wall crumbles away.
I want to hear about a real mutant power.
My real power?
Yeah, what would your real mutant power be? And then I have a follow-up question for you.
My real power would be that I would be able to do the notes section of the podcast and make it so engaging that you are tuned in and happy to hear it every time. My podcast notes are just like a lullaby. Not a lullaby, that would put you to sleep. Like a siren song to you. What would be your power, Catherine?
I think it would be like mind power, don't you?
Oh, you'd be like Jean Grey, yeah.
Yeah, like I think you could either read minds or like put something in someone's mind, like I could incept them.
Yeah, I think my true answer probably is that I'd just be like really fast. I'd be able to do stuff really fast.
That's just called ADHD. Babe.
Yeah, but like it would be productive and useful. It would be a power, not a detriment to my life. Like it really is. I'm undiagnosed, I'll have you know.
It's there.
I do not have ADHD.
But, okay, so your real power would be real fast. Gotta go fast. And mine would be like some kind of mind power. What would your because in theory, mutation is a spectrum, right? And everyone is on the spectrum of mutation. There's like powerful, cool mutants, and then there's like mediocre mutants. Like, what would your mediocre mutant
like a really
power be?
Lame power?
Yeah.
It'd be like I'm magnetic, but only to tennis balls. Like that's the only object that is attracted to me.
Yeah, I could see that.
What would yours be? These are good conversation cards,
isn't it? Isn't that
Take
a good
this
one?
out of their next dinner party.
It would be mind power again, but I can only know when someone's thinking about me.
That would be useful, although it might be negative sometimes too.
Yeah,
I was thinking you were going to say it was mind power, but like you only know when they're thinking about like sausage or something. You know what I mean? Like something really specific.
Right? Like in theory, there's a bunch of people who have some kind of like degree of mutation, but it's completely mediocre.
Yeah, they're
and
not
useless.
on the team. They're just in existence.
They can like light one candle with their firepower, but that's it.
Per week.
Or like you can go real fast. You can run real fast for like 8 minutes, but you have to eat a huge meal beforehand.
You ready to watch this movie?
Let's do it.
Here we go, X-Men.
X me.
So you're not an Omega level threat mutant.
Yeah,
that's some X-Men
I'm just a bitty
vocab
mutant
for you.
Just a bitty guy.
I don't know if bitty guy is an X-Men level threat.
You're in my school for the gifted, for mutants. You'll be safe here from Magneto.
What's a Magneto?
A very powerful mutant who believes that a war is brewing between mutants and the rest of humanity. I've been following his activities for some time. The man who attacked you is an associate of his called Sabretooth.
Sabretooth? Storm. What do they call you? Wheels? This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. It's Cyclops, right? You want to get out of my way?
We tried to watch that Dark Phoenix movie and we both gave up very quickly. We didn't like it. There's just something special about an early 2000s superhero movie. It's got a certain vibe.
We got like a very brief little piece of exposition about evolution and mutation. And now we're zooming through like a Regal Cinemas level roller coaster, but it's a spine and it's got early 2000s graphics. It's a little wild.
Oh, and I bet you weren't expecting this.
Okay, here we are. Is this Auschwitz?
You bet it is.
Oh, good God. Why you gotta put us in Auschwitz?
Bet you weren't expecting this, Kate. Did you know this about Magneto?
Oh, he was a little concentration camp guy. That's sad.
That's why he can't let it happen again to mutants.
Understandable. You know, the older I get, the more I kind of get Magneto.
Can you imagine bringing your kid to go see X-Men and then having to explain the Holocaust to them?
Just strap in, buddy. I got something to tell you. What's it rated? PG-13 probably?
I just mean...
By the time you're 13, you should have at least had a primer on the Holocaust. All right, here's Magneto about to f*** it up at this concentration camp. I'm so excited. He's not going to take down this whole camp, though?
They knocked him out.
Oh, come on,
He's
Eric.
just a little boy. I couldn't have been more than 10 when I watched this, and I feel like it was just a little too mature for me.
Well, yeah, and you were also, I feel like you were a very shy little boy.
I was.
You know, like these two teenagers sitting on a bed would have been too much for you. It would have been like, this is uncomfortable for
Holocaust, this.
Yeah, what would have been more challenging for you, the Holocaust or two teens kissing on a bed?
Yeah, but then look what happens.
These two teens kissed on the bed, and then he died, which is what every parent wants you to think will happen.
Do you know who that is? The girl who touches people?
No, touchy.
And again, 10-year-old. Now the next scene, we are, Jean Grey is speaking before, like, the joint session of Congress.
This is just C-SPAN. It's important. It's a good exposition. We've got a lot of bigotry, right? Anti-mutant bigotry.
Look how young these two look.
So young.
You know what I mean?
They're supposed to be so old.
When you're a kid and you're like, they're so old, and you're looking at Patrick Stewart in the year 2000. Like, look how young Ian McKellen looks.
God, he's so young.
We're getting old. When we're looking
honestly,
at Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart and commenting how young they look.
Patrick Stewart looks better than I do right now.
He looks really good,
He
right?
looks real good. His skin looks so firm.
Here we go. Northern Alberta.
Oh, this is the Canadian. Who's this little boy? Girl? Why's she in a cloak? What a little goth. All right, so this little girl, she can kill people with her touch. It happened because she hit puberty. She's hitchhiking around. We're in Canada. She's in a cloak. We're in some kind of bar where you would not survive, Tyler.
Oh, come on. I'd make friends here.
You know what?
I make friends wherever I go.
You actually would be the king of this bar for some reason.
I'd become the coach to one of these fighters.
Yeah. It's like some kind of cage fighting bar situation.
Yeah, like, we've been at a lot of bars in a lot of places. I've never seen a cage fight set up.
I don't
we just
think
not going to the right bars?
I don't think you're going to the right bars. I think we could find a cage fight bar within 5 miles of here if we knew who to ask.
Of our home?
Yes. All right, so here's Wolverine, younger than we are right now. Good God.
My God. He's about the same age as us.
Yeah.
What'd I say, 32?
32.
He's younger than you. I am this age. Do I look like this?
No.
That's disturbing that we are the age of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Yeah. Oh, no. Wait, I didn't hear you. Do I look like this?
In what way? Like in the way that you both have skin? Is the Wolverine wearing a wallet chain, though? Because I could get into that. All right, so the Wolverine's powers are he's just, like, really gruff, and he can't be hurt, and also he has claws.
I like that gruffness is listed as one of his powers, yes. I'm sure they're going to explain it, but yes, he has a healing factor, so he heals really quickly.
Okay.
And the claws are not a power. It's something that's been added to him because he could survive the surgery where no one else could. Okay,
so what? He just didn't have those little claws inside him?
His skeleton is made of a fictional metal.
Is that natural?
Makes me sound so dumb.
Was he born with the metal skeleton?
No. He has a metal skeleton that's made out of adamantium, a fake metal.
Okay.
And someone put it in him. You're not going to believe me.
Who did it?
What's the patriarch from Succession? What's his name? Logan Roy.
Logan Roy put it in him?
Well, not the character. The actor, it's in the second movie. The actor who plays Logan Roy put the metal skeleton in Wolverine in an unethical experiment on mutants.
Okay.
But because Wolverine's healing factor allowed him to survive the surgery where no one else could. And the claws are part of that.
Okay.
I think he might have had claws made of bone when he was born.
His original thing, though, is he just heals up real quick.
Yeah.
And gruff.
Yeah, you can, like, shoot him and stab him and he heals fast.
Okay. But then they did some stuff to him. Probably not ethical.
They did some really bad experiments on him. He's been tortured.
Well, no wonder he's so gruff.
Correct. He's got a tragic backstory.
You'd think his survival is a superpower, you know?
I think he can...
Wolverines will do anything except go to therapy.
I think he could smoke all these cigars, too, because his lungs heal quick, too.
Interesting. Oh, he found the little cloak gnome. There she is. There's Rogue. She'd been riding in his trailer.
Well, look, he's a softie.
He is. He's got a nice little heart. Mm-hmm. He's just so gruff, though. Now we got, like, another mutant, maybe, but he's got like very pointy teeth. Oh, okay, he's just gonna get blasted. All right, then we got another mutant who can just blast people with his Geordie LaForge glasses. And Halle Berry's here. Great.
Do you know who that is with the laser? With the laser eye. The single eye that's a laser.
Oh, old one eye. No, Cyclops. I know that. Cyclops. Is that guy like a kitty? What is he?
Sabretooth.
All right, so here we go. We got Jean Grey. She's telekinesising. We got the Wolverine. He's awake now. He doesn't like being in this corridor.
It's kind of like waking up like a pet that's sleeping.
Yeah.
Kind of how he reacted.
He much prefers being outside. I can tell. He doesn't like it here. Too shiny, too much chrome. Now we got people whispering in his brain. The Wolverine isn't built for this. He's built for a nomadic life. He's not built for these leather suits. Has the Wolverine ever been in an elevator? He looks pretty scared. What is this, like a charter school? I do like how feral Wolverine's acting right now. He's just like an evil pet.
Look at the kids at the school. They're all in like perfect early 2000s teen fashions.
Oh, easily.
A lot of spiky hair. I think I saw a puka chain.
Yeah, like, do these kids have to have, like, no powers time? Like, we have to make kids have screen-free time right now? Can you imagine trying to use some classroom management strategies in this classroom? Got kids who can make fire. Got kids who can make ice. You gotta have a rockin' classroom routine instead of norms.
Believing that humanity would never accept us, he grew angry and vengeful.
Well, is Magneto that wrong?
I guess I told you too much about Wolverine. They want some of that to be a mystery in this movie.
I know stuff about Wolverine.
Even Wolverine doesn't know about his past right now. He's got
I
some
like
amnesia.
knowing more than Wolverine.
Just so interesting that the villain in this movie is an American senator.
I mean, listen. All right, so Rebecca Romaine, blue person, she could be anyone. She could be any person. Great. Love it. That was that senator's fantasy, to die by a blue lady's feet. What a creep. You're right. Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart speaking these lines. Anyone else saying these lines, you'd be like, oh, God, this is really hokey. It's a really long powering up sequence for whatever Magneto's about to do. A lot of powering up, a lot of pained groaning. Can we get the Wolverine to shave his neck beard?
He could just do it with his own claws, probably.
God, Cyclops' sunglasses are just ridiculous.
Very early 2000s.
They're just so dumb. What do you think the tuition is at the Charles Xavier school
it's
for
free.
Wacky kids?
Like, Rogue doesn't have any money. Maybe there's maybe it's very expensive for the kids who can afford it to fund the kids who can't. I don't know.
Is Charles Xavier just rich? Is he, like, manipulating the stock market?
Ooh.
You know?
That's a good idea.
Hey, Rogue, do not go over there. Stay away from that grown man. I really think that maybe Wolverine should go to therapy, you know? Like, maybe therapy should be part of the Charles Xavier School for Wacky Children.
I think Professor X would agree with you.
Don't touch his face. All right, so the senator got irradiated somehow by Magneto.
Yeah.
He got mutated.
He used his huge magnets to mutate the senator.
And look, now the senator can just squeeze himself through these bars. Not so bad now, is it, sir? Not when you're getting what you want, punk. I just love that all of Magneto's evil fortress, it's all metal.
Yeah, look at his cool metal bridge he can assemble. Look at his evil outfit, his evil cape.
Magneto doesn't do any, like, half measures, and I appreciate that about him. They were besties.
They were besties. It's sad. Professor X and Magneto grew apart. Pretty far apart, I guess.
Truthfully, Professor X could stand to be a little more like Magneto, and Magneto could stand to be a little more like Professor X.
Wow. You solved it, Katie, mutant arbitrator.
She put bad juice in the Cerebro.
She put some green liquid in Cerebro.
No, the kitty can talk.
Yeah, Sabretooth can speak totally fine. He just often does not.
It's okay. It's not up to him. He doesn't have to talk if he doesn't want to. Oh man, he really blasted through the ceiling of this train station because Toad stole his glasses.
Yeah, Cyclops can't control his eyes without his glasses.
Can he just close his eyes?
Yeah, but then he can't see.
All right, Mr. Magnets is here, blasting through the train.
Always in his full costume. Cool.
He's looking fancy. He's got his little hat. He's got his little cloak.
They let him have his costume, but they didn't make it bright red, I guess. You know, but like Wolverine doesn't get a suit, his yellow suit, or anything like it.
All right, so Magneto's here to take that little girl.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, the Earth is made of metal, so, like, can Magneto levitate just from the Earth?
I think there are times... I think it depends on who's writing him. Like, I feel like he can get, like, the iron in your blood, you know, in some iterations.
What a punk to show up here.
The senator.
This little hole.
Asking
now that
for
he's
Jean
a
Grey's
jello-fish.
A blobfish.
Yeah, now that he's a jellyfish, showing up. Oh, I need some help. Oh, I was rude to you, but you should certainly be kind to me. Punch him right in the face. Really leaking a lot, the senator.
Yeah, he's turning into water or something.
Man, Patrick Stewart is ripped. You can tell under
Oh,
that
yeah.
blanket. You always got to check your Cerebro for green juice before putting it on. The sound that Mystique makes when she transforms each time is gratuitous, ridiculous, disgusting, and also great. All right, so here we are having some kind of event at Ellis Island. It's about xenophobia.
Isn't it the UN summit?
I
Or
don't
is
know.
this just an America thing? They keep talking about a UN summit.
I just like how much the Toad loves to jump. You know, makes me happy. Yeah, I don't
It's
know.
annoying.
I kind of get it.
Because by making it so that Magneto's thing that turns people into mutants like doesn't work right and actually kills them by accident, it completely sidesteps the actual moral quandary that the movie would otherwise be setting up, right?
Yes.
Because you're supposed to be like, well, who's right? Is Magneto right to make them... If he was just making them mutants and they didn't die by accident...
Yeah.
Right, it would be
Go
a much
for it,
more
man.
interesting... They
Yes,
didn't want to let us
100%.
have that ambiguity.
Yeah, they don't want to let us wrestle with this moral question. It's like, okay, it also kills them. All
Right.
right, killing people is wrong.
Right, like he doesn't
But-
realize that yet. That
Like-
it backfires. All right, Kate, they're suited up.
We got some music with a heavy bongo rhythm.
Wow, did Wolverine just give the middle finger with his claws?
Amazing.
That's some edgy humor right there. I like it. Oh no.
Two Wolverines fighting. I guess it would make sense that the kind of like grosser, less socially acceptable mutants are the ones with Magneto, right? Like the Toad has like evil tongue power
He's
and like
green.
spits slime.
Right.
And like the Sabretooth is just like a big kitty.
Yeah.
Mystique is just like straight up blue.
Yeah.
You know?
They would be more likely to be rejected by polite society,
Yeah.
right? Like they can't blend in. They're not like cute and popular at Professor X's school. Everyone at Professor X's school did look pretty normal.
This looks like it would take a long time to put on.
Yeah, it's one of those kind of makeups, Mystique,
Yeah.
for sure.
Things are not going well in this elevator.
Storm is definitely like 4,000 times more powerful than anyone else on this team.
Right. She's a strong, powerful black woman. In addition to being a mutant, she's had to overcome a lot. And yet, here she is, out here, controlling lightning.
The intrusive thoughts I would have if I were Cyclops and my visor was off. I'm like, what if my eyes opened by accident?
I like when Magneto doesn't like the answer that he gets. He just floats away. Whoop. All right, so he stabbed himself to free himself.
Yeah.
Because he can heal himself.
Yeah.
Sometimes doing the right thing isn't always the comfortable thing, Wolverine. And you'd know that if you went to therapy.
Sabretooth has taken a lot of stabs from Wolverine's claws and
Yeah.
is still going.
He's a big boy, though.
Oh, they let him say bub.
What
That's
is the
like-
significance?
It's just something Wolverine says a lot. Calls people bub.
Look, they had to combine all their powers like Captain Planet. It was the power of teamwork all along. That was their real power.
So Storm is going to yeet Wolverine up.
Yep.
They don't know. She can't control it precisely. So she's going to like basically make a tornado and throw him up there.
That was the silliest thing I've seen in a minute.
Wolverine's like reaction to
Yeah.
the wind that's being generated. He's like, oh, yeah, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, bub.
It was a classic musical theater type reaction where you're like, whoa, whoa.
Oh, look, they gave her the white hair. Wow.
She took a little bit of Magneto's hair. Excellent, and no one suffered any consequences, and the water remained safe to drink. Wasn't irradiated at all.
Rogue's hair turned white, sort of. Is that a consequence? Wolverine's claws got a little bent. Magneto fell. He got shot by a laser and fell a little bit. He's an old man. That fall might really do some damage. That's my second favorite scene in a movie where someone gets a white streak in their hair after Evil Dead 2.
Mystique, she's alive. That's why you got to take the head.
Oh yeah, Professor X was out of commission. Is he okay?
He blinked. He's all right.
Yeah, I really didn't remember that Professor X gets a shirtless scene in this movie.
Yeah, Professor X is yoked. All right, well, now we're going to have a fun time. All's well at Hogwarts. Don't pet the Wolverine. Look at him. Even though he's hairy, looks like he would be nice to pet. Don't pet him.
The last time she pet him to woke him up from an injury, he jumped up and choked her. He's doing better now. Everyone gets a cool name except Jean Grey. She just goes by her first and last name.
Yeah, because she's a doctor.
I keep forgetting that Rogue has an accent.
Rogue keeps forgetting that Rogue has an accent.
Wolverine just straight up stole Scott Summers' motorcycle.
Yep.
He's like, this is mine now. He tried to steal his girl.
Yep.
That sort of worked.
Gotta have plastic in the prison. It's nice of him to visit his friend in prison.
You'll have to kill me, Charles. And what will that accomplish? Let them pass that law and they'll have you in chains with a number burned into your forehead. It won't be that way. Then kill me and find out.
What did you think?
What did you think?
What'd you think?
What did you think?
Is that your Ringo impression?
Yeah.
What'd you think? What did you think? It's your podcast, Kate. You're the one who's supposed to give the reactions.
All right. You know what? I actually did enjoy this. Here are some reasons. I enjoy like a mutant, you know what I mean? Like I think you get the opportunity to think about like what would it be like if there were mutants? What kind of mutant would you be? I really am disappointed that Magneto's machine didn't work as intended because I think it's a better movie, right? And like a better theme to wrestle with if Magneto's machine works as intended and just turns them into mutants, because that's really all he's looking to do. Like, he's not looking to kill people.
No, that wasn't his plan.
Oh,
right.
no, I'm a Magneto apologist.
No, you're right.
Right? His plan isn't to kill people. It's just to, like, cultivate empathy in a bunch of old conservatives.
If they think that we are mature enough to deal with the opening Holocaust scene, I'm annoyed that they seem like we're not mature enough to grapple with an actual... Yeah, it's a real cop-out that the X-Men didn't have to, like, think twice about stopping him because they're like, those people are going to die.
Yeah, killing people is immoral.
Right, like, sure, yes. Yeah, it had the makings for
it really did.
A more interesting...
If this was made by a non-child molester in 2024, like, I think that that's what they would go with.
Maybe.
I really do. I think if they had a braver filmmaker behind this, that it would be a much better movie. But as it stands, it's not a bad movie.
No, it's kind of good, right?
Kind of fun. You got Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, like, lending their gravitas, you know? I didn't like that Anna Paquin just kept forgetting that she had an accent.
She was doing her best, I think.
She was trying.
She really was doing her best. Jubilee. It's so funny, like someone like Jubilee and Kitty Pryde, like these are like real serious characters that are like really big X-Men characters, and like there's someone credited as Jubilee. Like I didn't see Jubilee in there at all.
Who knew?
Just one of the background kids, I guess. Sorry, we're looking at the credits as we do this. I got distracted. Ray Park, Toad. You know he's Darth Maul. Do you know who Darth Maul is?
Is he that red guy with little tiny horns all over his head? I think Darth Maul's kind of cute.
All right, sorry. Back to your summing it up.
I enjoy it as an allegory, right? It sucks that it's an allegory for literally every minority group and how we've treated them throughout the ages. Not me personally, but like we as the majority culture.
And Stan Lee did have, you said it, but Stan Lee definitely 100% has said that he had Martin Luther King and Malcolm X on his mind.
Yes.
I mean, it's called X-Men.
Yes.
I don't know if that is part of it, but
interesting.
Just like two different approaches to civil rights activism.
I gotta say,
Magneto honestly was very toned down. If his goal really was in this movie just to make everybody a mutant who was anti-mutant,
just to cultivate empathy.
Some versions of Magneto are a bit more intense and have like mutant superiority in mind, and
this Magneto doesn't, though. Not in this movie.
They made him kind of not even that bad of a bad guy.
It's really interesting. I would hesitate to say that he's a bad guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the real villain is the senator.
He and his baddies kill people, which is not good.
They did kill that senator. The movie did. Magneto didn't on purpose, but they did let the actual intolerant senator die, which is interesting. No, it wasn't the worst thing.
It wasn't terrible. I wasn't upset.
What do you like better, this or Tobey Maguire Spider-Man?
Ooh,
first one.
You know what? I liked this as an ensemble movie.
Yeah,
not gonna lie.
There's more people to... The X-Men didn't even really get to show off their powers that much either. I'm kind of surprised. There was not that... Like, I feel like they had one long scene where they were in suits near the end, where they all used their powers, like, one time. It's kind of interesting. They really... It felt restrained to me in an interesting way.
Yeah. Well, and I just like thinking about different mutant powers. I think that's kind of fun.
Well, does that mean that, Kate, you will commit at some point to watching X2... See Logan Roy, see Wolverine pursue his past, see Nightcrawler, so like Spider-Man 2, which is kind of considered by the general, the milieu, by the general consensus.
The hoi polloi.
Yeah, the general consensus is that Spider-Man 2 is the best one of those movies.
Okay.
X-Men 2, X2 is considered the best one of these movies.
Why?
I don't know. It just is. We'll have to watch it and find out. Would you be willing to watch it at some point?
Are you proposing to me right now?
I am. Kate, would you watch X2 with me? Like, sometime in the next couple months.
Yeah, I'd do it. You know what? I would do it. For you. For you.
Thanks, Kate. All right. I guess we have nothing else to say. Wow.
What was going to be your mediocre power?
My mediocre power was that I'm magnetic, but only to tennis balls.
I have a question.
Yes.
Is this question going to be answered in other X-Men media?
Well, I don't know. I'll have to hear it first.
What happens when two mutants have a baby?
I don't know if it's a guarantee that they'll be a mutant, but like they're like Jean Grey and Cyclops.
They have a baby?
They have a baby. Yeah, but then their baby has to go to the future, the far future, and they can't go with him. And then he comes back in time later as an old man who's much older than both of them. But I don't know what his powers are. He's got like a metal arm. All right, this is too much. I think it's like any gene. I don't know if it's regressive or what, but I think you can pass
Recessive?
it on. What did I say?
Regressive.
Yeah, I don't know if it's recessive, aggressive. I don't know what, but Kate, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a big enough X-Men super fan. Ready to wrap it up?
Right,
You know
yeah.
how I really know you didn't hate this? You watched it all the way through. Most times when we watch a movie, especially a movie that is 1 hour and 44 minutes like this, it takes between 2 and 4 recording sessions, sometimes in one long day where we go do chores or go run an errand, sometimes over many days. But you watch this whole thing and you haven't eaten dinner yet. And it's a weeknight.
Yeah.
And it's hot out.
You usually have to bribe me with snacks and little treats.
I did get you the Trader Joe's crunchy mochi rice snacks right before we recorded.
That's true.
So I did a little. But it is hot out. It's a weeknight, a work night, and you haven't eaten yet. And you watch this whole thing and you never once suggested stopping it. That is the highest praise that you can give anything we've ever done on this show.
Well, here we are.
All right, X-Men the movie, great.
Where am I?
This summer,
Welcome to the future.
prepare for the next generation of adventure.
Fight with us.
You sure you're on the right side?
Trust a few. Beware the rest. X-Men.
Do I actually go outside in these things?
What would you prefer? Yellow spandex